Welcome, everyone. Cindy Parlow-Cone just brought this up. It's so quiet in this room right now, but this is really a celebration. She wanted to know why we didn't get the chants started, but I think we can get those started soon enough. This is truly a celebratory day here. I'm Sarah Walsh. I am the host for Turner Broadcasting's national team coverage, both the men and the women. We are so excited about what's happening here today and what we're here to announce, because as soccer grows by leaps and bounds in this country, it couldn't be more fitting that we're here to make a historic announcement about something that's happening off the pitch, and then an hour later there is going to be a monstrous sellout crowd in this building of more than 72,000 people to watch the game that we all love so very much. As you all know, the U.S. Soccer Federation is going to be moving its home to Atlanta to build its first ever national training center. That decision is all part of U.S. Soccer's ambitious strategic plan to continue to drive the growth of soccer across this country. That facility is going to serve as the headquarters for the U.S. Soccer Federation. It's going to create a central hub, not only for the 27 national teams, but also for the entire membership, for the entire wider soccer community, from players to coaches to referees. Everyone is going to have access to best-in-class training, technology, infrastructure to promote successful and sustainable playing environments throughout the country. In addition to helping build a world-class training center, the $50 million contribution from the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation will also benefit community programming for soccer-focused nonprofits in the metro Atlanta area, providing access, training, expert coaching, and opportunities for underserved communities here. And when you mention Atlanta, we would be remiss if we did not mention the Coca-Cola Company, because earlier this year, U.S. Soccer and Coca-Cola announced a transformative partnership, and their support in this project played a really, really important role in making this a reality. So I want to introduce you to the folks that are behind the scenes making this thing happen, and they're going to get up here and everyone's going to talk to you today, starting with U.S. Soccer President Cindy Parlow-Cone. We have our Mayor of Atlanta, Andrew Dickens, here. We have the MLS Commissioner, Don Garber, in attendance, U.S. Soccer CEO, JT Batson, and Atlanta business icon and, of course, philanthropist, Mr. Arthur Blank. So without further ado, all of our guests are going to come up here, speak afterwards. We're going to have a photo opportunity with everybody up on the stage. And then I believe there's going to be some questions in a smaller, more informal setting that Cindy's going to answer, JT is going to answer, and some folks will be hanging around. So let me introduce the woman that would like the chance to begin and get this thing going. It's a celebratory day here in Atlanta for so many reasons. Please welcome U.S. Soccer President Cindy Parlow-Cone. All right. Hello, Atlanta. Home sweet home. Wow. This is absolutely incredible to be standing before you today as I've been working to get to this moment for over 2 years. You know, as Sarah said, yesterday we announced that U.S. Soccer is building their National Training Center and headquarters right here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I could not be more excited about what this means for soccer in our country. This will take soccer to a whole new level, and it will also allow us to reinvest in the grassroots and increase access to our game and actually just grow our game at every level. The training center would not be possible without all the people behind the scenes working on this. Many of them are here today, and I want to call out a few of them. First, to JT Batson and our U.S. Soccer staff. Thank you for finally seeing my vision. For the National Training Center and the headquarters, and helping build a home for everyone in our sport. To Mayor Dickens, you welcomed U.S. Soccer with open arms from the first day we met you. And we are so excited to be a part of a city that has so much passion, growth, diversity, and excitement. And we're all gonna see that in, an hour and a half as well, with the work that MLS and Atlanta United have done here. Don, thank you so much for your support of our vision and guiding us. But more importantly, you have just been such a real champion for what this project will mean for soccer in our country. And I could not thank you enough. Steve Cannon, you know, taking on a project like this, there are many ups and downs. And there was a moment where I thought it was all going to fall through and this wasn't going to actually happen. And I made a phone call to Steve Cannon, and he jumped in and immediately started helping us and resuscitated this project. So Steve, I can't thank you enough for how you were so giving of your time and expertise and help us actually make this day possible. So thank you. And to Arthur Blank, wow. What you've done for this city and for our sport is truly incredible. Beyond Atlanta United, you've helped to build a more positive future for quite literally everyone in this state. Your commitment to U.S. Soccer is not only building a national training center, but will help ensure that everyone can find a home in our sport. From all of us here at U.S. Soccer, thank you. And for those of you that haven't wrapped your brain fully around what this means, this is more than just building we're not just erecting a building or a facility. This is a once in a generation moment for soccer in the US. Our goal is to capitalize on this excitement and investment to grow the game, build winning teams, grow the soccer economy, and foster the best playing environments. Together, we will all transform soccer in our country. And Atlanta is the perfect place for us to embark on this work. With that, I'll pass it over to Mayor Dickens.
Good deal. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for all that you have done, and thank you all for choosing the city of Atlanta, my home. And thank you, Sarah, for that introduction, and for all of you. Here in Atlanta, we've been celebrating the 50th year of hip hop over the last month. So with events and concerts with our friends here at Atlanta United. And so in the spirit, and thanks to Arthur Blank and Steve Cannon and so many others that have brought us to this moment, when it comes to soccer in the United States, the South's got something to say. That's inside baseball for hip hop fans, if you don't know. To U.S. Soccer, their board of directors, President Cindy Parlow-Cone, CEO JT Batson, and by the way, welcome back home, JT. It's good to see you here. Thank you for choosing Atlanta, Georgia, for choosing Metro Atlanta as your home. This is big, y'all, and we in Atlanta are very excited. Atlanta is a sports city. We are a soccer city, and now we are the capital of soccer in this nation. As someone already mentioned, we have a little thing called the FIFA World Cup coming up. And back in July, we had the honor of hosting 2 Premier League matches right here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We have the best team in Major League Soccer, our Atlanta United. And the list goes on and on and on. And it's all very much possible because of Arthur Blank and his belief in this city. And he believes in fostering a sense of community. Really, that's the important part of all of this. One of the coolest programs that we have in the city of Atlanta is Soccer in the Streets. And I've been around for Soccer in the Streets since its early on inception. When the Premier League was in town, I was able to join Newcastle United to surprise some young Soccer in the Streets players in Southwest Atlanta. And the looks on their faces was indeed priceless. Expanding programs like this and being thoughtful about accessibility in locker rooms and training facilities and other inclusive aspects of this project, that's who we are in this city and as a community. That's Atlanta. And I really want to thank all of our partners for keeping that in mind. Thank you to Arthur Blank and to his foundation, Dan Corso and the Atlanta Sports Council, Governor Kemp and our partners at the state, and so many others for helping to bring this home. This is a great day in the ATL. Now, let's go win this soccer match in an hour or so. And so with that, I will introduce and bring up Don Garber, MLS's commissioner. Come on up, Don.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Today is another so truly historic day for the city of Atlanta, for the state of Georgia. And I think as you'll hear in the previous remarks and throughout the rest of the presentation, a truly historic day for our sport. It wasn't that long ago, Arthur, that we met and chatted about, could this become a soccer city? Here we are in the South and a community that did not have a lot of soccer history. And you said, hey, Don, let's bring MLS to the city of Atlanta. And I promise you that this will be a beacon for the sport. We will become one of the most important, if not most important, cities and states for the sport of soccer and in your league. And your pitch was that this is a city that represents the new America. America that is just so diverse and so cultural, and that if we were going to bring a team that represented that identity, that you would deliver, that you deliver a championship, that this stadium would become one of the great sports stadiums for our sport anywhere in the world. And it has become the place to be. Our games, as you'll see later tonight, are sold out. They are filled with enormous passion and energy. And frankly, I don't think any of us ever thought that it would quite happen. And it really happened because of the belief and the commitment and the passion of you, Arthur, of your family, of your team, of people like Steve, and the consistency that you've had in this sport of ours to deliver on the hopes and dreams of soccer fans. It takes great leadership, it takes a deep commitment to philanthropy, and it takes a deep belief in having no end to what the sport in our country can truly be. So Arthur, I want to say to you on behalf of what I'll say is a grateful soccer nation, we want to say thank you. To the mayor, thanks for your support, and certainly to Governor Kemp. And I'd like to thank the supporters of our team here. Without showing the world of what soccer can be, I'm not sure we'd be where we are today, and certainly our team would not be what it is. We have been building soccer stadiums and building infrastructure for 2.5 decades. But our national teams, our federation, that we think represents all that's great about our sport, has never had a place that they truly can call their own until now. This is one of the most important projects in the history of soccer in America. Our national teams at all levels will finally have a world-class facility that will represent the identity of what soccer in America can be, right here in one of the biggest and one of the most important cities in our country. This will have an impact on our sport for generations. It could not happen, Cindy, without you a couple of years ago saying, I think we need a national training center. And then coming into our board and saying, I think we can build a national training center. And to build it with a world-class identity and a world-class point of view. And then you brought in JT, who said, you know what, I'm gonna get it done. And JT, I can't think of any major project in the 27 that we've built in our league that happened as quickly as this one did. It's a credit to you, Cindy, it's a credit to your leadership, it's a credit to the US Soccer staff, it's a credit to everybody in this city that really want to see it happen. This is the project that dreams will be made of. The runway to the World Cup is only 1,000 days away, and hopefully our national teams will be able to perhaps train in our new National Training Center here in Atlanta. So thanks to everybody for their support, and really congratulations, Arthur, to JT, to Cindy, and now I think I'm going to bring it to Steve Cannon. Oh, JT, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don. My sheet here says hello Atlanta. Clearly, they got this wrong. It's howdy Atlanta, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited about what this means for our organization, for soccer in this country, and someone who grew up here. It's pretty damn cool. So thank you all to what you've done to bring this to life. And yeah, it's really, it kind of hit me as I was walking up here. So very cool. So Atlanta's obviously a special city and deserves all of the spotlight it's getting. And, we, as Don said, when I came on board, it was a pretty clear mission. Hey, we need to make this happen. And we knew that to pull this off, we needed to find the right partners. And, we special call out to Steve Cannon, who has really joined the U.S. Soccer team to bring this to life. So thank you for your partnership in this, and thank you to the U.S. Soccer team who really toiled, late and on weekends to make this happen. And to be fair to them, creates uncertainty for their own lives. They didn't know where they're moving, and they worked like heck to make sure that we could have the facility, the home for soccer in this country that we all can be proud of, and that can help us achieve what we're trying to achieve. So this National Training Center will not only inspire performance at the top level, but it'll reverberate all across the soccer ecosystem, and it's going to be a critical part of our go-forward strategy at U.S. Soccer. First off, it's going to be incredibly impactful for our national team players. With the National Training Centers, players will now have uninterrupted access to elite infrastructure for training, development, rehabilitation, recovery, performance, and analysis. But beyond this, you'll get a sense of consistency. Rather than meeting at different locations throughout the country, we sort of think of ourselves as a traveling circus or a pop-up shop. There will be one central location dedicated 24/7 for national team training. As a global soccer community continues to get more competitive, this will be essential to continue to bring home trophies for the United States. In addition to national teams, we're excited about what this means for the entire soccer ecosystem. First, this will support development, creating a hub for analyzing the latest techniques or developments in the game and sharing best practices will help to deepen our domestic soccer expertise in all aspects of the game. This will support growing the game and fostering the best environments for play. By centralizing knowledge sharing, debate, and experimentation, we can more efficiently share best practices across everyone in the soccer ecosystem. thinking about having a home where all of our teams can work and play, not just our national teams, but our youth teams, our professional teams, our coaches, our athletic staff, our trainers, our doctors, having a place where they can come, where they can collaborate, where they can learn, where they can sort of share best practices with each other is going to be critical for our success and continued growth as a country. And most importantly, this creates a home for everyone who loves soccer in this country. It's a destination that will inspire soccer lovers from all over. U.S. Soccer will find ways to connect youth as well as all of the adults and everyone who plays across the country to this home and to the fans who want to be able to experience what it's like to be on a national team. The ability to access the fields where our U.S. teams play and train will really be a transformative experience for anyone who comes here to Atlanta to experience that. This is a great day for soccer in our country, and this sends a clear message globally that our best days are yet to come. So thank you to everyone who brought this to life. I'm so excited to be coming home. And with that, I would like to introduce and thank Arthur Blank.
I have a couple of goals still left in my life. One is to be able to pull off what JT just did and come up here with sneakers and jeans and a sport jacket instead of a three-piece suit. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Thank you. There's so many people here to thank, and I know we want to get on to get ready for our match tonight and what have you. But I did want to particularly thank Cindy and JT for the opportunity that they created for Atlanta. And I think it's a little bit like, and other folks who have come to be part of this great city and great state, you know, they've learned to realize this and work with our organization. They've learned to realize this is that what they may not know is that, you know, when you start to dance with a gorilla, the dance isn't over until the gorilla sends stop, end. So they've chosen to dance with a gorilla in Atlanta United, and the commitment that this state and this city has to soccer. So we will be there in any way that we possibly can. We have a relationship with another sport, with a number of other sports, but one happens to be golf. And the commissioner, Jay Monahan, would tell you that of all of the partners that they have at the tour level, the PGA Tour Superstore is the best partner, one of the best partners they possibly can have. And we want to make sure that we make that commitment to the U.S. Soccer Federation. It's relatively easy to write a check. That's not the difficult part of it. The most difficult part of it, and the part of it that makes it the most fun, the part of it that makes it the most active and alive and most meaningful, is what we can do day in, day out. So at the risk of nothing, I would say, Cindy and JT, you think of ways that we can be here for you, and we're going to be here for you. We're completely committed for all the reasons that you both expressed. 27 national teams, 9 of which are these extended teams. And I want to thank Faye Jaworski, who's here. Where's Faye? Right over here, the president of our foundation, who's been committed to working hard on this grant, the part of it that is a foundational grant, about half of it, to work to make the soccer more available from a DEI standpoint, make it more available for underserved populations, to make sure that these extended teams have the facilities and the opportunities to play the game at the highest possible levels that U.S. Soccer Federation has supported, that they can now properly support with extended facilities and places to play and places to train. I want to thank Katie Kirkpatrick and Don Corso. They've been unbelievable. And anything major that's happened in this city, there's been a tremendous merger and connection and collaboration between the business community and the city itself. Mayor Dickens, who is here for virtually every single sporting event that the city has, he is here for. And we're traveling in a couple of weeks. Atlanta Falcons are to play in London. He's coming with us to, he's not going to play in London, but he'll be with us on that trip to London. Shockingly, he told me a few minutes ago he's never been to London. So that's, you know, it'll be a it'll be a great trip for him. But Mayor, thank you so much. The governor's not here with us tonight. His wishes are, his feelings are, his support is. He had another commitment. He couldn't be here, but he did want to make sure that you all understood that. I want to thank Steve Cannon, who has been, he's our vice chairman, has been my partner in working in this world of soccer since we started here, back when we opened up our stadium in 2017. Atlanta United has been a great success. You'll see that again tonight. Hopefully we'll come away with three points. If Messi was going to play, we'd still have 3 points. But he's not going to play, so, maybe that'll give us a little more of an opportunity. But Garth Lagaway is here. Where's Garth, our CEO? And Garth does an incredible job for us, and thank you, Garth. And I know he'll have the team ready to play tonight. There's so many people here that I could spend a lot of time thanking, but there's one person particularly I want to thank. And it was interesting. It was something that JT said. I can't remember exactly the way he put it, but it made me make a note here. One of my guests tonight is Francis Ford Coppola. For those of you who don't know who he is, he'll be sitting in our suite tonight with his son, his grandson and his son. Francis is one of the storied film producers, directors, screenwriters of all time in the history of America. One of his movies is The Godfather, which was produced and published back in 1972. So in that movie, if you remember the movie, and most of us have seen it probably X number of times, there was a consigliere. And I was thinking about, that's really what Don Garber has been to me on our journey in soccer. I mean, he has been my mentor, my advisor, my counselor, my source of wisdom, my source of guidance. And that includes not only Atlanta United MLS, but includes heavily the U.S. Soccer Federation. I still remember the phone call I first got from Commissioner probably a year and a quarter ago, talking about this opportunity. And so my level of trust and commitment to the world of soccer has really come through the wisdom and the guidance and the eyes and the vision of Commissioner Garber. So Don, thank you for, years and years and years of enlightening me, enlightening our organization, giving us your friendship, your guidance, your wisdom as we've proceeded on this journey. And now the opportunity, it's really an opportunity for us to host, for Atlanta to host U.S. Soccer Federation here. So enjoy the match, have a great time tonight. We couldn't be prouder about our commitment and our affiliation. We'll look forward to ways that we can take our current commitment and take it to another level and another level and another level. We're thrilled that JT is coming home. Obviously, he is as well. And we're pleased to, make sure everybody from U.S. Soccer Federation knows and feels that Atlanta is their home going forward. So thank you all so much for being here tonight. I appreciate it. And I don't know if there's somebody else supposed to, Steve, are you supposed to chat after me? Is there anybody else? Sarah, okay, Sarah's coming back up. Okay, thank you.
In conclusion, I think JT must have said a lot of great things today, because something else he said stuck out to me. I mean, U.S. Soccer has a home, and even before this match that a lot of folks are excited about kicks off in a little bit, what a win for U.S. Soccer today. So we can't thank everyone enough. And this is not just a win for today and tomorrow. I mean, this is a generational impact that U.S. Soccer is going to feel by what has been announced this week. So we are so excited. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring the group up here. We're going to take some group photos. And then I can promise you that JT and Cindy are both going to be available to speak. And they will take your questions. But we're going to take some pictures first. And then in a more informal setting, so you can, if you have questions for them after we take pictures, you can just come on up here and ask them questions in a more informal setting, not here on the podium. So thank you so much for everyone coming out today. Enjoy the match that's coming up in a little bit. And like we said, we could not be more excited. This is a monstrous, massive deal for U.S. soccer in this country.